Hello, everyone. We want to take this opportunity to say thank you. As you grow at the Golden Boot, so do our needs, but we cannot do it without you. We ask that you continue to like our posts, share our content, and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms. You may also visit thegoldenboot.com for the latest merch. If you would like to make a financial donation, you can do so through Cash App at @GoldenBoot or through PayPal at paypal.me/GoldenBoot. We look forward to bringing you more laughs, knowledge, and entertainment. And again, thank you for your endless support. Sincerely and respectfully, the Golden Boot team.
The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back to another edition of the Golden Boot. It's your boy Pooh Bear. I got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building. We got Daniel D. Williams in the building, and not much happened in the last 24 hours. Not much. Yeah, slow day. Baby. I know who ain't. So we're gonna get there. We gonna get there, but let's open up, man, because it's not often. It is not often that these two worlds collide. HBCU hour, and,
almost a year to the day. It did though.
It did. HBCU hour, Golden Boot. But let's start off. Shout out to everybody in the chat though. We got Jason Brumfield coming in hot and heavy. Who ain't swag, baby? LOL. Been waiting all day. Let's go. I've been waiting too.
Then he said,
ain't never been sweat.
Oh.
Ryan, Mr. Big Cojones Kelly said, what it do, Golden Boot? I'm here so I don't get fined. Lucy B says, hello, gentlemen. Roderick said, what's up, fellas? Josh Johnson said, what's good, guys? What's up, man? Miss Nikki, how you doing this? Miss Nikki, we need to actually holler at you about something. We'll get with you after the show. But how y'all doing out there in Vegas? Xavier said the Nuts Bus is back. Okay,
let's go.
All right, yeah, we're gonna park that right now.
No. Man, y'all know he is the biggest troll in the comment section.
He's driving it.
He said, oh, hey, Jamie said, y'all said he ain't swag and got mad when he said okay.
Right. That's funny.
Our man Julian said do it one time for the squad. Hey, I'm telling, listen.
That's my dog right there, bro.
I can't wait for baseball season. Julian gonna
we bringing him on the show.
He definitely coming through to talk baseball with us.
Thanks.
Oh Lord. Speaking of trolls, under the bridge too. Chris says Nuts Bus. Brambo say beat Purdue.
Ain't that the chicken people though?
I think that is the chicken people. That one, that Purdue.
Wait, what?
Chicken.
The chicken people. See, you don't know him. Never mind. I almost said
something. Hey, real quick. Like and share. Share and like and share, please. All right. Thank you. And I'm glad to be back. Y'all don't act like y'all don't miss me. Come on,
didn't.
Man.
We didn't at all.
True. We nobody coming to see you. Oh, no, this plan. I miss y'all.
That's why our numbers down a little bit tonight because you had
chill. Yo, I get no love, bro. What a love, dog.
Oh man,
I miss y'all though. I'll be a man that said I miss you guys.
You know? Well, hey man, we appreciate you missing us.
You ain't gonna say it back?
I can tell. I can tell because you didn't even watch the show.
I did watch the show.
I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. I'm down.
But hey, let's go. Let's jump into it, man. Yesterday, so last week, let's start there. Last week, we talked about previewed the Georgia game. Daniel, the first time you said, "I don't want a moral victory."
Yeah,
we fought hard yesterday. Came up short.
We got a moral victory.
Got a moral
Bro,
victory.
dog.
Hey, just keep it going. Don't even. My hair look good.
What? Hold on. Okay, he says Pew went ghost when Nuts started playing. Good,
all right, we're gonna talk about it.
Hey, Chris, you're right, dog. You're right.
I went ghost.
I don't know what happened to him. He stopped hitting the message group up and everything.
Daniel, first of all, Daniel don't ever message. Chris, I went ghost because you don't know how to shut up and you be in your feelings. So let's go there.
Hey, y'all do. Hey, Chris be on another one.
Hey,
more victories, right?
Hey, Chris. Hey, hold on. I just want to say this. Somebody jump outside. Chris like, oh man, forget the whole team, man. We're gonna throw the team away. The team
Chris,
ain't good for nothing.
Hey Chris, I really just want to know how you saw Nuts come in because you said you would stop watching the game at like middle of the second quarter though. So
he said he would stop watching the game after the field goal, the block field goal.
Yeah, it was. You didn't even see Nuts. So
hey, who is Big Cajun, y'all? Who is that, bro?
That's not Cajuns.
That's cojones.
Oh, Big cojones.
Ryan. I literally said his name. Y'all know.
Ryan, you better leave me alone, Ryan.
You know how I be saying, Daniel don't be listening to us. He don't be paying attention.
I don't, man. Y'all know I got ADHD. I'm sorry.
You got SLOW. That's what you got.
SL.
See what I'm saying?
I'm just playing.
Hey, but no, serious. Okay, back to the game.
Yeah.
Jaden came in hobbled. We knew that was going to lead to, not necessarily what we wanted to see. But they were moving the ball. They were throwing. I can't remember how the drive ended. Wasn't the
first one? Nah, the first one, incomplete pass, I think.
Yeah, okay. Then we had defense came out. Defense did their thing. We got the ball back, drove down, kicked the field goal that was blocked, and then returned in a rule that nobody, well, I ain't gonna say nobody, in a rule that a lot of people did not know existed.
Your special teams coordinator should know.
Yeah, he should.
If anybody on that coaching staff,
we're not gonna. But how you know he don't know though?
They should have been.
His job is to make sure that those players.
How you know he didn't?
They should. It is.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It could have been one. All right, then you know how it go. When you in camp, you go over all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Whenever you doing your ends, you know what I'm saying? You go over all that. But that ain't something you telling the team week in and week out.
And let me ask you a question, right? They tell you something. Let's say that he did say this in camp, right? Mm-hmm. You're telling me all 11 of those guys didn't remember that? All 11. Not one person, not even the long snapper. He didn't remember that? The holder didn't remember that? You have one job.
Yeah, that's a good
point.
Come
on. Out of 11 players on the field, not one person remembered the coaches telling them that?
Not one person reacted. So I will say this.
I mean, neither did them, though.
Neither did Georgia. Georgia didn't react.
Only one person on Georgia did.
Coach. No, you're right.
Even what's the guy? Munkin was in the booth telling him, don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
I did. Now, one thing I did know, so I guess you treat this like a punt.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I did know was that it reminded me of it's a classic game. Cowboys, Dolphins in the snow. Leon Lett. That's the only thing I remember about that. And the only way the Dolphins were able to advance it was because Leon Lett touched it. But that's about it. That's all I can remember about that.
So if I'm not mistaken, if the kicking team touched it, then it would have been dead right there.
Right.
And so, and I don't know. I think that's just a fluke play, man. Speaking of fluke plays, the next time we had the ball, the most fluke interception I've ever seen in my life, dog.
Bro, that
wow. Speaking of fluke, I don't know if y'all watching
crazy, man.
CD Lamb. So the Cowboys are playing the Colts. Dak threw a pass to CD Lamb. And it looked like that Michael Dyer play from the Auburn championship over Oregon. The guy gets tackled. He literally rolls over, and you could slide a piece of paper under CD's behind. And he rolled over, get up, and ran it in for a touchdown. So speaking of fluke, it's all over.
But look, I mean, I was proud of the guys, just giving the overall an entire view of the game. I was proud of them. You know what I'm saying? They fought. I know we're going to get into a little bit about Nuss and Jaden and all that stuff. But as a whole, man, our guys looked tired for the first time this season. And you brought it up last week. The defensive line, they just look gassed, bro. They look tired. You know, so one of the things, we got to bring in some more guys to help. We need a rotation. And that's what Georgia beat out. That's what they beat out.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia was rotating. They rotated their whole front four off on second. You know what I'm saying? Like, get fresh pass rushers in for third down. And we had the same 2-3 D tackles in for the whole game. You know what I mean? Like, so I think not only is it a depth and tired issue, but I think, like, when you're in that situation, you got to kind of scheme around that, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent. We had Perkins in the nickel the whole game pretty much. And so he's having to I mean, I know he didn't always
made him obsolete though.
He didn't always drop in coverage. He did, you know what I'm saying, rush a lot. A lot of
that was an argument I was having with a certain idiot.
He did cover some, you know what I mean? But when you have
him, he was using him to his strengths.
But that's exactly what I'm about to say. When you have him in the nickel and he's not on the edge, then he's not the same guy. And you basically took him out the game for Georgia by your scheme.
That's the second time we've done that this season too.
So that's what I'm saying. Whenever you're tired like that and you have, you know, your D line not getting the push and stuff like that, take that. That dude's stupid, bro. Xavier crazy. But
no, I'm not. That's just funny.
But you got to put Perkins in the box, because even in the run game, when he's around the ball, he makes plays. Like he made the boy from Georgia fumble, it just bounced right back in, you know, to his arms. And so it's not that's what happens when he around the ball. But when you put him out 10 yards away from the ball, he can't have the same impact.
And he was not, contrary to what some have said, he was not sticking or guarding Brock Bowers. He did not guard Brock Bowers at all.
Nobody.
As a matter of fact, nobody did.
Unless it was some kind of zone, you know what I mean, which they did play some on some like those longer passing. But I mean that
literally passed.
I think a lot of the zone is because of we ain't got a lot of depth in the secondary. Their legs tired too. So you asking them to run all game with all these man-to-man routes.
My goodness. This a lie. Chris, stop lying. Chris said, I only argue about stuff that I know could be true.
Boy, you said, speaking of, I'm finna do this for a second.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you said Zachary ain't have a chance to be Rustin waxed him. You said
he said Rustin ain't have a chance to be.
Yeah, my bad. You correct. You correct. Oh, I flipped that. And you also said that the South was finna run the North this weekend, and what happened? We went 4-0. My bad, 5-0. So yeah, hold that noise, boy.
Well, so that brings me to something, because we talking about all the kind of the stuff. This defense, since it's been 2 games, but realistically, since the Arkansas game, it's trending in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
is it is it just that, you know what I'm saying, fatigue is catching up with us? Conditioning, you know what I'm saying?
I think the UAB game, the defense played well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
But I mean, they do got
last 2 games.
They got one of the leading rushers in the country. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I said last
2 games. I think it's all right, we played A&M, who, regardless of what you want to say about their record and stuff, they have a good running back and they have a good offensive line.
Yeah.
And it showed against our lack of depth on the D line. And Georgia has, to me, the best offensive line in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And they got 3 running backs who they can rotate in, and that's what we ran up against. That to me, what's more concerning, not the way we played the run yesterday. We let Stetson Bennett look like Peyton Manning at Tennessee. You know what I mean? Like he was doing whatever he wanted to do. Larry McConkey was out there killing it. The tight ends was killing us. Like some dude named Mitchell I never even heard of was killing us. You know what I mean? Like
we had a freshman scoring us.
Yeah, that to me, that's more because you got nothing but veterans in the secondary, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's supposed to be Greg Brooks. I'm sorry, but he didn't play well yesterday.
Hey, let's be honest. You said we have veterans in the secondary. You're right. You're right. But as far as the caliber of talent that we've had in the past, those guys are not there.
We don't have that on the D line either, though. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody.
I think we have it. I don't think that. I don't.
When was the last time you had that caliber? When was the last time you had that caliber of talent?
Caliber on the D line or the secondary?
Secondary.
2019. 2020 you had it with Ricks and Stingley. You had that's what I'm saying. You had Ricks and Stingley and Flight. You know Rick Stingley, Flight. You lost all them last year, and you lost Nudie. You know what I'm saying? You lost. I was going
to say you had that, but look what we saw. I mean,
that's scheme and all that, man. We just talking about the talent. We're not as talented as well, but we've schemed around there all year up until this point, and that's what I'm saying. There's got to be a disconnect somewhere, and I know some of it is execution. Like there was times whenever players was in the right position, but they flat-footed whenever somebody coming at them, so they get whatever the case may be. So some of it's on the players. This dude right here, I'm finna mute him or something.
But look, real quick. You, at the same time, you're playing against better talented players.
Man, no. Larry McConkey is not that good of a receiver to be doing us like that, bro.
Okay.
Georgia
has a Brock Bowers.
In there. That's two of the most talented teams in the SEC.
Not in wide receiver. Not at Okay. Musa Muhammad, yes. A-Chain, yes. That's it. For Georgia, Brock Bowers, yes. I'm not giving you McConkey. I don't care what.
I'm not giving you any of their receivers. I give you them 2 tight ends.
Washington, Big O.
Yeah, Washington and Bowers. I give you that. Other than that, man, they should not be killing us like that, man.
I get it.
They should not, bro. And that's what I'm saying. And that's what's so disappointing is because he was killing us with the pass, and like all they got is up the middle, really, with the 2 tight ends. But he was throwing stuff. He was doing whatever he wanted to do. We made Stetson Bennett look like a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback.
He dropped the mic. And
bro.
You can't do nothing about that.
Man, it pissed me off so bad, dog.
Yeah.
Just outmatched. They played a great game. They're the number 1 team in the country, bro, for a reason.
Ty Monken should win the Bros Award.
I give you that.
You score 40 points a game or with a 30 point with that limited amount of talent at skill position, bro. That's ridiculous.
You keep saying limited amount of talent.
Who do they have beside them 2 tight ends?
They have talent, bro.
Who?
Name
them.
All right, let's pull them up.
Because you're gonna look at the stats. You're gonna look at the stats.
I'm not looking at stats. I'm looking at guys they recruited and brought in. There's a reason why they're top 5. Top 2 in the country and recruiting every year. They have talent. Y'all can't just sit up here and say.
They get people on the defensive line, and they get linebackers, and they get offensive linemen. Tell me who their skill positions are that makes them look. You look at their skill position and say, yeah, they should be scoring 40 points a game.
Bro, they doing it
because of Ty Monken, like I just said.
And they have talent. Y'all can't sit up here and say those guys don't have talent, bro.
Watch it. Hold on. Wait. You know who else who I can say has talent? I can say Michigan has talent.
Mm-hmm. That's true. They don't have more talent in Georgia.
Okay.
Offensively, yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They really do. Wide receiver, yeah. They got
right now. Who's better than Brock Bowers on Michigan's team? Michigan's offense. He's not playing.
You just named Aston.
And he's not better. I'm taking Brock Bowers. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm taking him every day.
All right. So let me ask you a question.
Twice on Sunday.
Michigan's top wide receiver. What's the
Ronnie
kid?
Bell.
Okay. What wide receiver on Georgia you gonna take over him?
Lad McConkey.
Stop
it, bro.
Stop
it.
You know who?
Jackson. I take Dominique Blaylock.
No, you're just naming everybody on their roster.
I'm gonna tell you. Remember I just said when I said don't go look at the stats. That's the first thing because I'm looking at the stats and the names he named in order is how they call passes on the stat sheet. But okay, Daniel.
Stop it, bro.
That's their season stats.
Stop it, bro.
And you're literally going down the stat sheet. Name it.
Hey, so
Lad McConkey is Hunter Renfrow recreated, or as Xavier put it up here, we was getting smoked by Wes Welker Jr.
Facts.
Big facts.
Georgia doesn't have any receivers, bro. Just be real. That talent on offense is the offensive line. They have good running backs, but Michigan got 2 running backs better than any one of Georgia's running backs. So that's what I'm saying. They got 2 tight ends. They got 2 tight ends, and they put up 40 points a game, bro. That's why Todd Monken needs to be the Brewers Award.
And yet, they scored 50 on our team yesterday.
They scored 43 on offense. They scored 43 on offense. Yeah,
they have no talent, but they have no talent. So.
That's not what.
Compared to Alabama, compared to Tennessee, compared to A&M, compared to us, compared to anybody else in the SEC, they are not as talented on offense.
Okay.
Bro, if you believe that, there's something wrong with you.
Hey, this old vet, he's right. Some arguments can only be settled on the field. We'll see. Hopefully, Michigan and Georgia gets to play each other. And
here's the thing.
So if Michigan loses to Georgia, that means Georgia has more talent on offense.
They have more talent.
We'll see what their offense looks like.
So I'm trying to figure out how does this argument get settled on the field? Michigan's offense ain't gonna play Georgia's offense.
Of course not. And of course.
So how are you solving this argument on the field?
They have better talent, bro.
Pooh, you muted. No, they don't, bro.
It says I have talent at receiver either.
They got young talent. They got young talent. They got Burton. They got Holden.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason. Perfect.
He said, however, there's a talent offensively, 3-headed monster at running back, 2 tight ends, and capable receivers, but they aren't featured because of the running game. Okay, so
they play to their strengths.
So we just said they don't have wide receivers that should be doing what they're doing talent-wise. They have what Ant just said, talented and capable running backs and the 2 tight ends.
That's what I just said, bro. That's the same thing I'm saying. You can't tell me you look at Georgia's offense and be like they should be scoring 40 points a game with a walk-on quarterback who had to go to JUCO and then came back and 2 tight ends.
Quarterback also won a national championship last year.
Based off the back of the defense.
You said the same thing for Josh Williams.
Off the back of the defense.
I'm saying.
Are you telling me that Stetson Bennett came in and won the game for Georgia last year? Won the championship for Georgia last year.
He played good in the championship game.
Yeah, he played great. He played excellent. I give him that. The point is, the reason why Georgia won it last year was off the back of their defense. 2019, the reason why LSU won it was on the back of their offense.
Facts.
Got it.
That's facts. But we talked about Georgia defense, and was it as good as last year's?
No.
Last year's Georgia defense wouldn't get 500 passing yards put up on them.
Well, they also didn't get to play against us either.
Jaden had 200 in the first half, Daniel.
Bro, how is me saying Nuss giving
because you're making it seem as if Jaden didn't throw the ball well on them either.
I never said he didn't.
So Jaden had 200 in the first half. Last year's Georgia defense wouldn't give up 200 in the first half either. Since you want to make it like that.
So people, and I know they try to figure out, and they say, because then you made the comment, why y'all be ganging up on me? You came in spaces you come in spaces and you make stuff, say stuff, and then
man, I be trolling in spaces. I ain't trolling right here.
When we come on here, but you're doing the same thing because it was the same. Like yesterday when I came in, I said, "Hey, Garrett came in, had a great, a great game, or what?" Not I said Garrett came in, had a good game. I said, "Hey," I said, for perspective, Southern's quarterback came off the bench. I mean, had their backup come in the game and gave him a spark too. He was like, "Oh man, you down in nuts." I was like, "No, I'm not. How am I down in nuts?" "Oh, you a Jaden fan?" "What?" And then I said,
so you didn't say that, Daniel? So you didn't say that?
And then you said, "Hey, I like what somebody said about when the backup come in and get a team a spark." That was me.
I wasn't talking about you though. I was talking about somebody else. Somebody else
said the same thing.
I literally said. So again, when Jason Brownfield just said what he said, he was like, "Yeah, exactly, Jason." But we was just pointing out that same point.
Listen, let me say this. This is the thing, right? So you have a lot of people wanting. I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna say Ant too much. I'm gonna say you, Pooh. You had a lot of people. I ain't even gonna say you. I ain't gonna throw you in that mix from last night. A lot of people wanted to see Nuss go in and fail and flop. My thing is, you cannot say that LSU is your football team and you want to see another quarterback fail just so the person that you want to play QB look better.
Can't you say that? You used to say the same thing to the people who want Jaden to fail and want Nuss to look good.
I think both of it is.
Hey, Chris, shut up. Shut up, because the first thing I will tell you, Chris, I have never picked against anybody that plays for LSU for them to fail, or for anything like that.
I don't like. Let me say this. I think that people are more critical of Nuss. Because my thing is, people make comments about Nuss coming in for Southern and he looked terrible, right? He threw 2 interceptions. He looked crazy. But they won't say anything about Nuss coming into New Mexico and playing a lot better than when he did the previous game.
Hey, Daniel, they won't give him a compliment on that. I'm going to tell you, Dad, I hope you ain't watching. I'm going to tell you how that's bullshit. I'm going to tell you. Literally, I'm going to tell you why I say that. Somebody literally said hey, Nuss played great. The turnovers got to stop.
Of course.
Right. And then some dude comes in and says, people say the turnovers got to stop. Turnovers are a part of the game. But we jumped all over Jaden last week for fumbling against Texas A&M, and that put us behind only a touchdown.
Yeah, and it said that cost the game.
That cost us the game.
I mean, that was a crucial fumble.
But turnovers are part of the game.
Just like the interception she threw yesterday was crucial. In the red zone, you threw an interception in the red zone. You threw it in double coverage. That's a bad-ass pass. That's terrible.
Do you not see what we're saying? So, and I get what you're saying. It's which leads to this renewed QB controversy, or is it a renewed QB controversy? And why is it creating so much toxicity amongst
because our fan base is divided because they have favorites and they have biases based off who their favorites are. And so, like you just said, Daniel, they don't want to give some people credit whenever they should, and they go too far whenever, you know what I'm saying? Whenever they're criticizing, they go too far. So basically, I feel like this. I feel like it's only a quarterback controversy to the fans. I feel like the coaches, staff know who their quarterback is. And that was the reason why we haven't seen us until Jaden literally couldn't go anymore, because they felt like Jaden was our quarterback.
Xavier, great point, Xavier. Please bring it up. I would say that's probably 70% reason why.
Yeah.
And that's 30%.
We said that.
That's a big, for the people who listen, Xavier said fan base is divided because JD is black. Yeah, I said it. That's correct. That's why we had this podcast right here, because a lot of media people won't say that. We're saying it. That's the big reason.
Hold on. I want to throw this caveat in there, because it's not just because he's black. But here's the thing: it's because he's black and he's not Louisianan.
Well,
because they didn't necessarily have a huge problem with Jordan Jefferson.
Oh yes, they did.
What?
Boy, you crazy?
Yes, they did. They crucified.
I know Brandon Harris.
The only one they didn't crucify really was Perilou and Rohan and they even did Jamarcus to a extent whenever
when he first came in.
It's
a territorial thing. It's you not from here thing, and that's part of it. So,
I was wrong on that. My bad. But back to your thing about how there's the turnover thing, right? When you say turnover is part of the game, well, it's a certain crowd whenever Jaden transferred here, who said he turns the ball over too much. He had 10 interceptions, 10 touchdowns last year. You know, when at Arizona State, he's inaccurate, all this kind of stuff. Well, if you look at Nuss numbers, I'm not knocking Nuss by any means. I'm just stating the fact. If you look at Nuss numbers, he's got more turnovers than touchdowns for his career.
Sure.
So how can you push one and say the turnovers ain't really a big deal, but that was your reasoning for why the other one shouldn't get the job?
I think let me say this too, man. I think turnovers are bad no matter who the quarterback is.
Agreed.
Let me say this too, though. They're two different style of quarterbacks.
That's fair.
They are. They're two different styles.
That's fair.
Nuss is the gunslinger.
That's fair.
All right. Jaden is a little bit more cautious with the ball, but he's super duper athletic and he makes plays. He keeps plays alive. But at the same time, our offense did look different when Nuss came into the game. A lot this season, we've wanted to see our receivers get the ball, give them a chance, throw a 50-50 ball. Not only that, hike the ball and just boom, be precise with it. Nuss did that. He
turned it over twice too, though.
He did. But at the same time, he looked confident in his throws. He was confident in his throws. He gave our wide receivers that ability. Man, for how many games, let's say the last 4 or 5 games, we thought our wide receivers, all this talk we heard about camp, them coming out being the best wide receiver group in the country, we never seen that all year. Well, guess what? We kind of seen a little bit of it last night.
You seen it in the first half when Kayshawn took that pass to the house too.
You did.
But nobody's talking about that. That's what I'm saying. Jaden, but I'm not disagreeing with anything that you just said.
But why can't we give Nuss his credit without bringing Jaden in it?
Why can't we give Jaden his credit without bringing Nuss in it?
We've been talking about Jaden for the last 11, 12 games.
Nobody talked about the first half last night where Jaden threw for 200 on one ankle, bro. Nobody's talking about that at all. Nobody ever gave Jaden credit.
Watch this. Watch how
he did what you was asking him to do, and nobody said nothing about it. Why?
Watch this.
Two different quarterbacks, bro.
That has nothing to do with what I just asked you.
Hey, here we go. Watch this. Shout out to the coaching staff for having both quarterbacks prepared to come in and having us come ready to come off the bench and at least give us a shot.
Right.
I can say that. I can admit that. I wouldn't expect. When Nuss came in the game, I was like, is this over? What's really gonna happen? And then he threw that back. I was like, okay.
Let me ask you that. Was that a good pass to Malik?
It was a good pass. It was risky, but it was a good pass. It was accurate.
I disagree. It was a good decision. It was a bad pass.
Okay.
The actual throw was bad, in my opinion. But if you look when he came off the sideline, BK was over there telling him, put a little more under so he can run up underneath and stuff like that. I love the decision. You got a one-on-one, throw it up to the man, see if he can make a play. I just think that pass was, kind of dangerous the way he put it at. But I love the decision.
Man, look, man.
And then the second time he tried that, it got picked off. So
it got picked off.
Chris, see, this is why this is the Chris is like those fans. He said, "Yes, sir, it was a touchdown," and then he's like, "What?" And so, Chris, do you remember?
I said it was a bad pass.
Yeah, I know, but do you remember when against Ole Miss when Jaden threw that touchdown pass to Jeray, and Jeray came back and called it? The first thing Chris said was, it was a bad pass. He had to come back for it. Chris, welcome to hypocrisy, buddy. All right. Now,
but we're doing the same thing to Nuss too. Because whenever Chris said that, people chewed him out in their message group. Did they not?
I didn't. I
Chewed
just
him
asked
out
a
about
simple
what?
question.
Because he said the same thing. He said, "Oh, that was whenever Jaden threw that." My thing is, you're gonna have people in this fan base. They pick and choose. That's all I'm saying. We all hypocrites.
I want 35.
I want 35 touchdowns and 17 interceptions rather than 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. All right, so
look, man. Hey, you don't have to agree with Chris. I don't always agree with Chris, but if that's what style of quarterback he like, then that's what it is.
Okay. All right. I'm moving on. All right. So we did get the rankings come out today. I didn't even see where LSU is ranked now. I don't
17.
know. Okay, 17 now. We're going on to play Purdue in the Citrus Bowl. So Purdue failed last night to Michigan in the Big Ten game, Big Ten championship game. Purdue.
They gonna score that bit. I mean, score that thing.
Yeah. Defense.
My bad, Rev.
Yes. Hopefully, we'll be rested. We'll be good to go. Going to this bowl game. Questionable about your quarterback. Do you sit Jaden and letting us start?
If Jaden's healthy, let Jaden play. If he's not, play Nuss. Either way, I think we'll be fine at either quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm confident. I'm confident in either one of them, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I would rather Jaden kind of finish out, what he started in a sense, the season. But if he's to the point where he could do any more damage to his ankles, or if he's not 100%, it's not worth it.
That's actually my next question.
Yeah,
Adam brings up. He says, "Who opts out?" I think we're gonna find out most of that tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow gonna be wild.
Transfer portal is officially open tomorrow. Open for business.
So wild.
There have been, be full transparent. There have been rumors that Jack Bech was looking to transfer.
What do you guys think about that?
If his reason is because of
playing, necessarily.
Yeah, if it's because of playing time,
it don't really surprise me. I would hate to see it because you finna have, 2 guys leave probably if Boutique goes pro, and then Dre's senior. So you're gonna have some,
It's gonna be balls to be caught. For sure.
But you got a lot of people coming in too. You got Samson, you got
Jalen Brown, Kyle Parker, Kyle Preem.
Yeah.
So,
but I think at the same time,
plus the talent you already got there.
Yeah, Jack played a big part in last year's offense. I think he's gotten a lot heavier this season. He looks a lot bigger, and he kind of looks a little bit slower than what he did last year. I think that could be probably some of the reason why he hasn't gotten on the field as much. Just my opinion. He just doesn't look as quick as he did last year.
Yeah.
But Kayshawn, you said Kayshawn. I think Kayshawn should come back. To be honest with you, I don't think
they're coming back.
That man ain't coming back. That man got a child to look after.
Yeah,
I think he should come back, bro.
I don't disagree with you, but
I think he could benefit from coming back. But I think he can also benefit from going and changing.
With his injury history and the fact that he has a child, I think he needs to go while he can. Because the last thing he needs is to get another major injury and fall even further down draft boards.
Yeah, he had a terrible season.
I'm not gonna go that far, but
I'm not gonna say terrible.
Caught 2 touchdown passes this season.
What does that have to do with anything?
Guys,
there was seasons when Julio Jones led the league in yards and had 3 touchdowns. Was he terrible because he had 3 touchdowns?
Guys, I never said he was terrible. I said he had a terrible season.
Did he have a terrible season the year he had 3 touchdowns?
I don't remember that season that you're talking about, sir. I don't. He had a terrible season. Okay. Sorry. Malik Neighbors had a way better season than he did.
All right, bro.
What did he have as far as
I'm not even
touchdowns? I know. I mean, yards, but touchdowns, I don't know how many Malik had. I don't know if he had like so
look it
many.
up. We got stats right here.
Yeah, I'm looking up now. All right.
Kayshawn had 48 catches, 538 yards, and 2 touchdowns this season.
Okay. Malik had, look at that, 63 catches, 854 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
How many drops?
Hey, somebody do me a favor. Catch that goal post.
How is that a goal post?
Because you moving it. You literally just said, he had a terrible season. He only caught 2 touchdowns.
So was Malik not more reliable than Kayshawn this year?
At times, yeah.
No, the whole season.
Okay. Was Malik more reliable during the Florida State game? Because we could play that game.
You talking about 1 game out of 12.
Okay.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Nah, bro.
You talking about somebody who literally was supposed to be what? Top 2, top 3.
Yeah, so is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Okay.
I mean, he didn't play.
So
he didn't play?
No, he been hurt.
Okay. He's been hurt.
You coming off an injury.
But Kayshawn,
he didn't practice what
did Kayshawn injure? What did he injure? His ankles, right?
His ankle, yeah.
What that had to do with his hands?
What that have to do with his running, his speed?
What that had to do with his hands? Don't you run routes with a quarterback and develop timing and chemistry and all of that kind of stuff?
Man, you can say that about every wide receiver they had.
Yeah, but all of the other wide receivers, they practiced. Kayshawn was out; he was hurt.
What about the emergence of Malik and Jure and Brian Thomas?
Killed it.
But we rather bag on Kayshawn.
Ain't nobody bagging on Kayshawn. I'm being real, dog.
Hey, so other championship games.
Man, come on, man.
The Pac-12. We saw USC go down against Utah big time. Utah showed it wasn't a fluke. I think USC started running their mouth a little bit too much. They wrote a check that they couldn't cash. Caleb Williams is catching a lot of flack too because he wrote, F Utah. Yeah, he wrote the whole word on his fingernails. And then
Coach Jason Brown went crazy on Twitter.
Yeah, so he wrote that on the same. Then I just just talking about heard earlier, Max Duggan for TCU, who TCU lost to Kansas State. He had a tearful plea saying that we still deserve to be in the playoff. He was upset about the loss and stuff. Caleb Williams retweeted it with a laughing emoji and then went back and deleted it. But of course, as soon as it go up on Twitter, people catch it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Caleb Williams ain't looking too good right about now. He still might win the Heisman though, because
probably so.
Yeah. Tuck in the chat. Tuck say he didn't have to cry.
Caleb is a savage.
He is.
Yeah. He at home too.
And he can ball.
They playing Tulane.
He got popped too.
Hey, you do what you want when you pop it.
Okay.
Except make the playoff.
Yeah, they playing against Tulane, and I didn't see which bowl.
It wouldn't have mattered, dog. When he got hurt, they was down like 17 or something like that. It wouldn't have mattered, dog.
Yeah. He said he want to be Tim.
Hey, Caleb was kind of crying too on the sideline, but I ain't gonna.
He was
because he might
with his pretty nails. He's cried to his pretty nails. He did. USC
Cotton Bowl.
Okay, there you go. Cotton Bowl against Tulane.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams probably won't play. I think they said maybe a torn hamstring.
Yeah.
So
Tulane got a chance.
They might. Tulane took down the Big 12 champ.
Yeah.
When they had Martinez too. So
yeah.
In the ACC, Clemson, roll
North Carolina.
Roll North Carolina. Drake May, yeah.
Dabo got it done.
Okay. Yeah, Jack May, he disappointed me, man. But hey, backup quarterback came in, started slanging that thing.
And DJ is transferring, supposedly.
Yeah,
right?
he's supposed to be.
He's into the portal. Yeah.
Good, because he is trash.
Dude ain't trash. He's just in the wrong offense. If he go to an offense like Chip Kelly, he'll be a dog.
Tuck say, USC can't tackle. Give me Tulane by 10.
Yeah. Tajay Spears finna run all over them boys.
Yeah. In the Big Ten, Michigan established some dominance finally and beat Purdue. And then we already talked about the SEC championship. We mentioned Tulane. Tulane. What I missed? Oh yeah, we're gonna get there. That's on. I ain't miss it. Tulane. We talked about Tulane. Tulane beat UCF in a rematch in the Conference USA. American. I'm sorry. Conference USA was who?
Conference USA was UTSA and North Texas, I think.
Yeah, and UTSA pulled that one out.
Yeah, UTSA won.
Troy
smashed Coastal.
But
that's because Jamie Chadwell was already at Louisville. Liberty. At Liberty. He was already at Liberty on his, well, maybe not physically, but mentally at least.
Yeah. And we do have one more, but we're going to get to that one in a minute. Quick question, the top four. We did see that the top four came out. You got Georgia, right. Michigan, TCU, Ohio State. Did they get it right?
Yep.
For the first time in college football playoff history, no Alabama or Clemson.
Awesome. Good.
They didn't deserve it.
Right. I mean, some people were mad. They thought TCU shouldn't have got in and Alabama should have got in.
TCU didn't drop. TCU didn't move. They was 3 going in. They lost.
They should have.
Yeah, I don't think they. I mean, I personally don't think they should.
Because they lost by 3.
Okay, so who? Okay, every time Chris, because I know what Chris was say. He said, "How did TCU not get penalized for lose? Who's supposed to jump them? Who's supposed to jump them?"
He said, "Now they're gonna lose by 30."
But who's supposed to jump them? Who's supposed to jump them? Tell me who's supposed to jump them. Because you can't say Ohio State or Bama. They didn't play.
Yeah. And if you start comparing wins, the better team, Alabama. What makes them the better team?
Okay, here we go with all this.
I know.
Here we go with all this thing. You can't tell me just because they have Nick Saban and they have more talent than they're a better team. Because App State was not is a better team than Texas A&M. But who's more talented? Texas A&M. So if you want to go off best, you have to go by what they did on the field. And on the field, TCU with 11-1. They have the same amount of wins over ranked opponents with less losses. They have a better strength of record. It should be TCU.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Now the other championship game that we hadn't talked about: Jackson State versus Southern.
If only they would have played bubble the whole game.
It still would have been a blowout.
Oh, never mind. That's crazy. This is so crazy to me.
So I do want to say this. Jackson State was up 24-0, I believe, when he came into the game, when the backup came into the game, and they stormed back and were down 33-24 before Jackson State pushed ahead for 10 more.
Yeah, finally. Closed it on out of there, but yeah.
So yeah. So, but Jackson State did win the SWAC, second consecutive win SWAC championship for Coach Deion Sanders and
the first undefeated SWAC champion also.
Yep. So congratulations to them.
Now let's go, man. Come on.
Then the press conference happened, and Deion Tuck said,
"What press conference? There wasn't a press conference.
Longest first
it
quarter.
was. Billy was there.
Yeah, Coach Dooley was there,
and Commissioner McClellan was there.
Yeah.
And my boy Chauncey was there.
Yes, he was. Shout out to down south football.
So are y'all mad that Deion didn't go to the press conference?
Can we get there first? Can we slow your roll? Stay with your horses. I'm not gonna say I was mad that he didn't go, but
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at nothing that's happened. I'm not mad at anything that has transpired over the past week at all. I'm not mad at anything. I'm gonna go ahead and put that disclaimer out right now. 50 minutes into this podcast, I ain't mad at nothing. So don't accuse me of being mad at nothing. I will say this. I think it was unprofessional to skip the press conference.
Because didn't we jump on Jimbo for skipping the media stuff with the with ESPN when they came
before the game.
Ole Miss Texas A&M game.
And then we
different situation.
And then we talked about we coach at McNair at Alcorn. Whenever he did the radio, he canceled the radio show, whatever. I mean,
because he said he didn't like the comments coming out.
The comment stuff. Like, I understand you want to be you wanted to tell your team first before you told everyone. I think that's commendable. Very commendable. But do you not know how to do what you did all week and say, I'm not answering any questions about Colorado?
But that's all the question was going to be.
No, you just played the whole game. None of the questions were going to be about that game. None of them at all.
You know, probably 80% of the questions was going to be about Colorado.
But you just said none of them. So I mean, now you see what I'm saying? You could have at least went and did the press conference for the championship that you just won. That would have been the professional thing to do, bro.
I like what he did. He did the right thing in my opinion.
Okay, all right. So let me go ahead and go here. Deion was announced last night, I believe, as the new head coach in Colorado. However, he did say he will coach the Celebration Bowl. Should fans be mad?
Here we go.
Nope, I don't think so. It's I think it's commendable for him to the same thing he talking to his players instead of going to the media. He wanted them to hear from him and not the media. I also think that it's commendable that he does want to finish out what him and his team started at the beginning of the season. I think that's awesome, and I think that's awesome.
Should fans be mad about what?
Wait, what?
I'm trying to figure out what the question is about here.
Oh, should fans be upset
that he's coaching the Celebration Bowl?
No, not at all. Not the Celebration Bowl, but the
fact that he's leaving.
That he's leaving.
Oh,
I mean, you could be mad if you want to.
Oh wow! So Tuck says last night in the fourth quarter he was announced. They have rights.
Wait a minute. So is that so? Whose decision was it for them to announce that he was the head coach at Colorado?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of classless.
But I say this, and before once again,
I would if I would have known, I would have never went to the goddamn press conference either.
Yeah, no, that's a little. I didn't know that, but I say this: 53 minutes into the podcast, I am not mad at anyone for anything that has transpired in this situation. But I will say I can understand where some of the anger comes from the HBCU community. You were given a chance by the HBCU community when no one else really would give you a chance. And you claim that God brought you here to make a big change and that, it wasn't about money and all of this kind of stuff. And then, you did good things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to, diminish or take away anything that he's done at Jackson State or for the SWAC. But you said that dude, boy, these comments crazy. But you did good things, but at the same time, there was things that you said and there was things that you did, and the way you went about some of those things is that, and that rubbed people the wrong way when less than 2 years later, it's kind of the exact opposite of everything you said. You said it wasn't about money, but then you do the 60-minute interview and say, Well, it's not about money for me, but it's about money for my assistants. You use the HBCU culture to recruit Travis Hunter and some other kids and say he shouldn't have to go to a PWI. He should be able to come to HBCU. HBCU should be good enough. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets around here with all these people, when he gets around all this culture, you know what I'm saying? He's going to understand the impact that he can have. And almost a year to the day, you going and you taking him to the same type of institution you just said last year he shouldn't have to go to. So I'm not saying I have a problem with him leaving and taking Travis or Shador or anybody else, but I can understand where they come from because you basically came in as a guest and, you know, as somebody, they did you a favor in a sense and you did them a favor. But at the same time, you said a whole bunch of things and did a whole bunch of things. And then a year or two later, it's the exact opposite. And so you look, it's almost like you look hypocritical. And you could have just kept it real from the front and say, hey, look, I want to coach at the highest level. And I know to coach at the highest level, I have to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And like just kept it real from the front. And like that's the thing. I'm not saying that he had to be like, hey, I'm only here to get to the next level. But you could like you made it seem as it, and I'm not saying nobody thought that he was gonna do this or anything, but it's the way he went about it and the way he sold it, as if I'm here at Jackson State to see this thing through. All these changes I'm talking about, I'm here to see this through. And I understand that coaches do it all the time, but what what coaches don't do all the time is come in making promises and all this kind of stuff, and come in saying that, hey, we finna change the whole landscape of HBCU. And no coach ever came in and said, I'm about to change the landscape of the SEC, how the SEC operates. I'm finna make, you know, nobody's ever came in and did that. They might have done it for their program, but what they didn't do is bring in other schools, call out other schools for what other schools ain't doing right, and the baggage and stuff at other schools, and then leave.
Hold on. I'm because this is something we've already talked about. I'm gonna let you go.
All right, good.
But I just want to point out, Chris, stop. What NIL deal?
I'm not mad, bro. I literally just said I'm explaining how other people feel.
Right. But my question is, what NIL deal? Because
that's a false narrative.
We had it was a guy came into Spaces last night and said that he's like, hey, but Travis got NIL deal.
Deion Sanders made $300,000 at Jackson State. There's no way they were paying a player.
I just hate this narrative. So my thing, I really do think it's
so it's lazy, and what it says is disrespectful because it's saying that a kid won't want to go to a HBCU because they're not good. I mean, they're too good for a HBCU, and that's part of the problem. With this talking about Travis, tell me in what world, Chris, that you live in, that Jackson State University has more money than Florida State University. No. You let me know that, and I'll wait.
Right.
Daniel, go ahead, proceed.
Oh, yeah. All right. So look, I'll say this, man. A lot of people like and what you just said. You know, he brought in God and he used religion, and people don't like their rhetoric and things like that. But
it ain't the first time we've been tricked with religion.
Okay, but as a man of faith, I am right. Mm-hmm. Whenever I make a move, honestly, I pray about it. I pray. I ask God, please, hey, direct my steps, direct my path. You know what I'm saying? And if He chooses to send me somewhere, I go. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes the season is over. I got to go somewhere else. I did what I was supposed to do at this time. I'm not mad at Prime if he feels like he's done what he was supposed to do at Jackson State. He left it better than he found it, and now it's time for him to go to do something else on a bigger stage, right? And to impact a little bit more people. I don't think that.
I agree with you. I
don't think that what he did. I don't even think he lied. Coaches do what Prime did every single season. Every single season. The only difference was this is the first time that a black head football coach at an HBCU got a promotion to a PWI.
Yeah, that's true.
Different.
All that's true.
It's different. But at the same time, I don't think Prime's intentions were bad. I think he had a lot of, I think he wanted to do good. I think he did do good. I think he did brought light to HBCUs. I think he did brought light to Jackson State. They both benefited. Travis Hunter benefited. Even if Travis Hunter decided not to go to Colorado, if he stays at Jackson State, he still benefited of being under Prime for 2 seasons or 1 season. He still benefited. Those guys benefited from Prime.
I say the road to hell is paved with good intentions too. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, but man, I'm not gonna sit up here and say this. I can't do that, man. I can't. Now you can be upset that Prime was kind of hypocritical if you're gonna say that. I'm not gonna say he was hypocritical because he was selling the HBCU experience and saying that, which I agree. He was saying that, hey, why go to PWIs? Why not come and play for HBCUs? Well, you probably will be appreciated more. Ain't no probably, you will be appreciated more. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And you still can do that. You still can do that. Why can't you do that just because Prime left? There's no reason why you can't.
I don't think the issue is that you can't because we had this conversation. We've had this conversation several because it's been hashed over and over about who picks up the mantle, who continues to push the be the voice and stuff. The problem is people have been screaming for years, help the HBCUs, help our schools, help the SWAC, help the MEAC and stuff, and people haven't been listening. And it was when Prime came in, and then so it was like, well, hey, what kind of coach can come in next and do that? And the first thing that everybody says is Ray Lewis, because he's he's charismatic and he's he can has ties with the football, with NFL and stuff. And then it becomes, and my question always jumps to, so do you want an entertainer or do you want a coach?
A coach, yeah. And see,
we say that, but here what I'm saying. Do we want to entertain or do we want to coach? Because we have had coaches that have been pushing for a lot of this for years.
Right.
Shout out Broderick Files, baby. That boy took Grambling from. They was boycotting games and all. They was molded locker rooms and all that, and then took that program to win the Celebration Bowls. So I mean, like that was a coach. You know what I mean? No, he didn't get the appreciation.
That is funny. Hey, but look, I'll tell you like this, man. That's only one Prime. That's only one. Yeah. You can't duplicate it. You can't replicate it. It's only one. And it so happens that he was probably one of the best DBs to ever play the game. And not only that, he's an excellent coach.
Yep.
He's a great leader of men. Not only that, he talks it like he walks it. You know what I'm saying? He's a great African American man.
Let me ask you this.
Great black man. Kudos to Prime.
For the LSU fans, let me see if I can kind of. It's not the exact same situation, but let me see if I can help you understand to a certain extent. Y'all remember in 06, whenever Nick Saban was coaching the Dolphins?
See, that's what I'm talking about. What Jason Brumfield said. Him being a good coach is still determined. He had a great staff.
What's wrong with that?
That's the point. So that's the point. That's what I'm saying. The only way some people are going to say that Prime is a good coach is if he can go to a PWI and do it.
But they're not going to say it's his staff there too? Because he finna, speaking of...
You say that now about Dabo.
That's a good point.
Man, Dabo is trash.
Dabo got multiple championships.
He got multiple championships.
And you're calling him trash.
Okay, hold on.
So I don't like Dabo as a person. I don't like Dabo as a person.
But okay.
He's a good coach. I don't like him as a person.
Ryan Day been to the playoff multiple times and played in that championship game. You called the man overrated. So that's what I'm saying. So if you saying the only way they're gonna say he's a good coach is if he goes to the P5 and does, people in the P5 doing it and they still not getting credit. So how you know he is?
That is true. That's a possibility. You got some people
and then
who are always gonna be doubted because they just hate on Deion.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, back to the thing. Y'all remember when Miami Dolphins head coach Nick Saban was like, "Hey, I'm not taking the Miami Dolphins job," and then like a week later, he took the Miami Dolphins job, and our entire fan base was pissed at Nick Saban. It's a very similar situation, except the time frame between whenever he really was like, "I'm not leaving," and when he actually Deion didn't actually say, "I'm not leaving," and then left. But it's the same principle. Deion Sanders gave the what's the word I'm looking for?
The illusion?
He gave the
sold the dream.
Yeah, he basically sold a dream. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he did. He's everybody. I mean, if you can't agree, he sold a dream. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, he sold a dream.
He did what he was supposed to.
He delivered on some of it, but he still sold the dream. I mean, but
let me ask you a question: how are you going to get people to buy in if you telling them, "Yes, I want a PWI job. I want a major Power 5"? Ain't nobody gonna buy in. Nobody's gonna buy into your program.
So if you said, like I said earlier, if you said, I've always wanted to coach at the highest level, and I know I got to start somewhere, that's not saying, hey, I want to go to a PWI, but that's just saying I might not be here forever. But instead, he sold it and he gave the, I don't even know how, he basically gave it, he sold it as, that's false. There you go. He gave a false sense of security. That's the word I was looking for. That I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna see this thing out. And then I dip. It's the same thing Nick Saban did. I ain't going there. I'm finna be in Miami. And then he go over here.
And tell me what coach doesn't do that.
And people get pissed when other coaches do it. So why can't HBCU people be pissed? That's what I'm saying. People, you can't have it both ways, Daniel.
I'm saying they should be pissed, but don't act like this is the first person to ever do something.
They're not. Nobody ever said he is.
And then you call the man a liar, and then you come on, man. Then people are saying that he has a bad relationship with his son. Like, come on. I mean,
there was a report that came out that him and Shiloh got into it. They had a heated argument last night. Whenever the press at the meeting with the team, and there's only one son in Colorado with him right now, and that's Shador. And at the press conference today, he made a statement like
he didn't refer to him as Shiloh. He said the safety. But you're gonna say we're reading into it with all this stuff to happen.
Man, look, man. People have disagreements with their parents all the time.
You're right.
It so happened his parents.
That's the thing. But that's the thing, though. You just came out and basically said it wasn't true, or basically said, but the reports.
No, but I'm not saying that it wasn't true. I'm saying that people are judging his character off of that incident that he had with his son and saying he's a bad father. Like,
I don't know about that. I haven't seen.
If somebody said that they're taking that too far, I'm not gonna go that far. Yeah. But I'm not gonna go that far. But I'm gonna just say that there is.
He said he's in Prime's dog house.
Yeah, Prime Dog's house. Yeah, but there is some credence to the fact that they're not on the best of terms right now.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, his son is probably committed to Jackson State. He's already transferred once. He doesn't want to leave. Cool, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I want you to come with me, son, to Colorado. No, Dad, I'm invested here. I want to stay. Son, I want you to come with me. No, I want to stay. And
I think it was a lot more. It was a lot more heated than that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
today is the morning. Today is the morning. That happened yesterday.
I said they're gonna be fine in a month.
Oh, in a month. Oh, my bad. I thought you said in the morning. I got you. But yeah, I mean, maybe so, maybe not. But his son doesn't want to be in the band. His son is an honorary. His son is an honorary J5, which is the drum majors.
Exactly. He's invested.
He's exactly. Invested, and so Shiloh's like, why did you have to leave now? Why you couldn't wait until me and Shador left? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of what it's about. It's just like, so I mean, I don't feel like either one of them is wrong.
So opportunities and money is gonna be there. He's gonna be a hot name everywhere.
I'm not judging the man off his age.
If that's where he wanted to go, cool. But let me ask you this, Daniel. There's reports out that he's targeting FAMU's head coach Willie Simmons to be on his staff at Colorado.
Mm.
Would that change how you look to a certain extent?
Nope. Willie Simmons is a great coach.
Mm-hmm, he is.
He's a great coach. Go get that man a pay raise. Give him another opportunity. This is an opportunity for Willie Simmons. Is it not?
It is. It is. But it also could be looked at as you poaching the top talent from the sweat. I'm just saying.
Hey, real stop. He boy, he be
real cold-blooded.
Oh, he be boy.
But you see what I'm saying though? It could be looked at as you poaching the top talent in the sweat. So, like, do you want the sweat to proceed and advance and keep going, and you taking their top coaches?
Hey, but what if FAMU hires another Willie Simmons? What if Jackson State hires another talent, not prime, but a talented coach? It's just another opportunity. That happens in the business world every single day.
But what if they don't?
What if they don't? And guess what? They fire him, they hire somebody else who gets an opportunity. That's just how it works.
I mean, yeah, I understand that, but so you mean to tell me with all his connections, there was no one else he could get but Willie Simmons?
Man,
You see what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at this I'm saying I've heard this from a former Grambling State player, from a former UAPB player, and from former alums all over the SWAC. That's how they view this stuff, bro.
Hey, you know what? That's great. But at the same time, I'm looking, all right, I'll look at it from Prime point of view. Willie Simmons is an excellent coach, right? I want to have success at my next job. If I can go get A1 talent to help me be successful, to help me bring in young men, and to help me develop these young men, I'm going to go get the very best I can. I'm sorry. That's just what I'm going to do. Why should I have to settle for second tier?
How is it second tier?
I'm just saying, wow. Maybe he thinks Willie Simmons is first tier. Why should I have to go get someone else when I know Willie Simmons can get the job done and do it great?
You're right. You're right.
All right. So let me ask this question. About a month or so ago, Jackson State played Alabama State, and Coach Ed Robinson said that Deion ain't SWAC. Was he right?
In a sense.
What is SWAC?
In a sense, he right, because I think certain people, the conference and actually what HBCU football stand for and all that means more than it does to some other people. And I think some of them understand the grind and the difference of SWAC versus other conferences because they've lived it, they did it. And so I think to them it means a little bit more.
He had the chance to and he didn't, Chris. So
it's not just about the fact that Deion took another job. It's the fact that as soon as he got here, he was looking to leave. You know what I mean? And so it's the fact that to some people, yeah, if jobs come to me, I'll look at them. You know what I mean? If it's what I need to do, I'll leave. And for some people, it's let me go see where I can go because I really don't want to be here.
Let me ask you a question.
That's the difference.
Does Deion have an agent?
Probably does.
I'm pretty sure he has
every coach does.
So,
I'm pretty sure
yeah, especially Deion. Deion, pretty sure has an agent. So you're saying that Deion put in for jobs since I'm pretty sure it probably wasn't Deion. I'm pretty sure it was his agent, which his agent is supposed to get his client paid more money.
Okay, Hold on. Dang,
you go off what you pretty sure, and I'll go off what I know.
Daniel, there are reports that he literally he reached out and met with Bo Jackson and Charles Barkley and top boosters at Auburn trying to get in at Auburn.
Okay. He was trying to get in at Florida State before he became the head coach.
Yes. And yeah, you're right.
So it's not like he didn't always want to coach in the P5.
Exactly. So why not just come out and say that when you got the Jackson State?
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
You want your players, you want the Jackson State community to buy in, you want the program to buy in. Why am I going to come in and say, hey guys, that's just like you going to your job right now and say, as soon as you get the job, you walk in, hey guys, I'm looking for a better job. As soon as I can find one, I'm going to be out.
That's not so okay.
How many people are going to trust you?
Whenever I did my interview, they said, "What do you see yourself in 5 years?" I said, "In your job."
But you didn't say, "I see myself at another program."
It doesn't matter. I still don't see myself where you hired me at.
Okay,
that's not exactly what he's saying.
But that's what it is,
huh? That's disrespectful. I'm not just gonna put that comment on there, but that's disrespectful.
What was it? I see. Yeah, that's not just disrespect. What's that? Les Flick or whatever. That's not just disrespect. Mm-hmm. That's ignorant and dumb as hell. I'll just say it like that. So what did in his time at Jackson State in the HBCU? What did Coach Brown accomplish? Because I think that can help put some things in perspective.
Yeah,
back-to-back SWAC championships.
Yes.
Okay.
He got to finish it out though. He got to finish it out for it to be that. Because as of now, the best SWAC season ever was when Grambling lost one game and that was to Arizona, and they lost by 10, and the Devontae Kincaid got hurt, and they won the rest of their games and won the Celebration Bowl. That's the best season so far.
Yeah, right. I agree. I mean, look, he has an opportunity to make history. He does. So hopefully a lot of those kids stay on the team and don't get in the portal tomorrow morning. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully they finish the season out. You know, but we'll see. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for every kid in that room. I'm rooting for every person in that program. I'm rooting for Prom. I want all of them to be successful. Thanks. All of them. I want Jackson State to bounce back and be successful as well.
And what I want, and what I personally want, is for everybody who started watching sweat football because Deion was there to watch it next year too.
Yep.
If y'all really care and it ain't about Deion, then y'all will still watch. But if not, I'm gonna just thank y'all a bunch of followers who do it because celebrities involved.
Right. Which again, do you want a coach or do you want a character or entertainer?
Pooh, to answer that question for me personally, I want you ain't gonna get somebody like Deion again. I want somebody that can come in and that can win. Because guess what? Winning sells tickets. If your team is, you can talk all that noise, but if you come out like Hugh Jackson and get your head busted in, what's gonna happen?
Hey, you ain't have to do that, dog.
I'm just saying. Dog. I'm just saying. But look, I want somebody who's gonna come in, who's gonna build a program, is gonna make my team, my college successful. I don't care about you being the next LeVar.
Let me say this though. Let me say this. Ashley Robinson, the AD at Jackson State, hired Deion, hired Mo Williams as two of his highest. What does that tell you?
She cold.
That's a man.
He cold. My bad. I heard Ashley.
That's what them two names, and he's going. Neither one of them really had much experience coaching. He's going after a name.
Right.
It would be my guess. You know what I mean? I think he's
going to try to find TC to be the next coach, from my understanding.
I talk to y'all about that after this.
Who is TC?
Dang, he don't know. He don't know. He just.
I just saw the video. Why you trying to play me?
Exactly.
Nah, I ain't playing you. When you playing yourself. All right. Hey, speaking of playing, never mind.
Hey, bro, I ain't even finna. Yeah, keep going. Cause
let's go, man. Come on.
That is so ignorant. It just.
Man, I mean, Pooh don't even entertain.
It's just.
Let's keep it moving, man.
Hold on. Oh, my bad. I ain't gonna even do it because I was. All right, y'all.
Keep it moving.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Go ahead.
All right. Who going first?
I go first.
All right, here we go.
There we go. I was waiting for my close up. All right, look, I want to have BK.
Everybody phone broke.
Stop hating. If BK, Brian Kelly, can come to the altar. First off, I want to say congratulations to the LSU football team. Of course, the game didn't go how we wanted it to go last night, but big kudos, man, to Brian Kelly for coming in a year from today almost and just putting the LSU program on his back, man, and building it and laying a great foundation. I think the future is bright for this program. LSU fans, I know the season did not, it could end how we wanted to. It ain't over yet. We still got Purdue. But it's a lot of bright spots. It's a lot of things that we can take away from the season and look and be happy about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that we can take from it. And I just want to say kudos to BK, man, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of years and hopefully a couple of national championships. And as soon as he get that depth on the offensive line and defensive line, guys, the sky's going to be the limit for this LSU program. So kudos to BK and the LSU program, and man, I'm just looking forward to us continuing to get better.
All right. And you want to go first or you want?
I'll go ahead.
All right.
I'm calling out Alabama's players and their head coach, Nick Saban. I know y'all, I ain't got the video, but I know y'all seen the video of Alabama players begging to get let into the playoffs. And then you had the head coach going from network to network like a politician trying to plead his case of why they should get in. He changed the metrics every time of why they should get in. Well, we should get in over. He didn't say that name. I'm not going to talk about other schools, but we don't have a bad loss. We don't have a worse loss than Tennessee. They beat y'all head to head, bro. Stop it. Then he sits up there and says, we'll be favored over TCU. Yeah, you was favored over LSU and Tennessee too. How that worked out for you? So this guy and his players, instead of doing what they needed to do on the field to make sure they was in the playoffs, would rather spend their time on social media and on the national media going around politicking to get in the playoffs. If you would have won, you would have got in. Go take your ball and go play. I don't even know what bowl you're playing in. Go play in that bowl game because you ain't making the playoffs.
All right. I want to call the University of Colorado to the front. Because this is actually again this is going to get lost in the sauce of Deion being hired. University of Colorado, congratulations on an excellent hire. You got an up and coming coach who's going to bring a lot of excitement to your program. You got a coach who's going to do what it takes to win. For the time he's there, he's going to do whatever it takes. But that's not the end of it, though. 4 of your last 5 head coaches have been African American. Congratulations. No other school can say that. You've done an excellent job of giving, black men a chance to build your program or to do whatever they can to uplift your program. That is phenomenal. I'm glad. I wish more schools would be like that. Give not just black men, but give people the chance to, hey, follow their dreams and stuff, and don't just look at, this school, we don't want to take that chance. It's too big of a risk. Nah, you see, Mel Tucker was there, Carl Durrell, I believe it's John Embry, and then now Deion. So again, congratulations, Colorado. Look forward to y'all being successful and taking over the pack.
Hey, that's a great one, Pooh. That's a great one.
That's gonna get lost, man, because it's a lot of, it's all gonna be. Miss Nikki said it earlier, about the press conference. She didn't want the press conference, and you muted. Said she didn't want the press conference. The press conference would have been all about Deion and stuff. Unfortunately, the storylines are all about Deion, and it is getting lost that this is a historic hire. So, yeah.
Look, man, how do you guys feel? Of course, I know we got a long time to. Are y'all happy about going play Purdue?
I'm happy to have a chance for 10 wins.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not excited about the opponent. It's not a sexy opponent, but
man, I sleep on him if you want.
I only reason I don't like the Citrus Bowl is because of the time.
It's on the second. It's a Monday. Is that 1? Yeah,
it's like 11, ain't it?
Yes,
is that like 1 p.m. Is that 11 a.m.?
Usually, hold on, let's see.
I thought it was at 1.
Look, because it's usually a 11 o'clock game, but let's see. It is it's actually a 1 o'clock. It's on a Monday, January 2nd at 1 o'clock. So
I'm
12
off
o'clock.
that day. I'm tripping.
I'm watching it.
It's the day after what you call it. Day after
tomorrow's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be a nice 24 hours.
Tomorrow finna be wild.
Very wild.
Just relax. Just relax, people. Just relax.
Everybody relax.
Right.
But that ain't gonna happen.
So it's something bothered me, Daniel, that you said.
What you got, bro?
You said you pray to God and ask him to guide your steps and stuff when you do things. So when you pray, God told you to go to that barber. You know I wasn't gonna let you slide.
Hey,
without.
Hey, Hey, shout out to Rob, man. That's
I don't think you was listening right on that day or something.
Hey,
you must have heard him wrong. I think he said Bob. You know what I mean?
hey, seriously. I want to say this. We go back and forth, all three of us. And for Chris too. We all go back and forth. But I rock with these dudes. Y'all can't go back and forth with them like that. I love them. I know what I'm saying. It's a family thing. Y'all might not necessarily fully understand. But yeah, so.
Hey, I just want to say this real quick one more time.
Yeah.
We're 1 hour and 25 minutes in. I am not mad about nothing that transpired over the past week at all. I'm happy for Deion. I hope he go up there and kill it. I hope J-State get another good coach who can keep that thing rolling a little bit. I am not mad at all. I'm just speaking on behalf of the HBCU community. That's all.
Things we've heard.
Yeah, and what I've actually been told by people who are in that community. So don't come in my DMs because I promise I'm gonna cuss you out because the Lord ain't through with me yet.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, fellas, we got anything else? We'll get up out of here.
Hey, y'all tune in.
Yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. Yeah.
Nah, Wednesday gonna be crazy. Y'all
we got to hit up some people. We might have to get somebody on to help talk about
that. Dude said I'm mad about Nick. You're right. I am mad about Nick said crybaby ass.
He pulled the Ryan Day.
Yeah.
He pulled the Debo. He just didn't say little old Alabama.
Right.
Oh, miss. Hey, did y'all I do want to say, because we didn't talk any NFL today. The Saints didn't play. They play tomorrow. I want to say shout out to the Saints playing tomorrow, so we don't have to worry about having to talk about them today.
Anyway, I ain't watching this shit.
You know we forgot to talk about
Drew
Brees getting stuck by lightning.
That was hilarious.
I don't think that was real though.
It wasn't. What's y'all thoughts on like any of the games today?
Dude, slow, man. I swear that dude's slow.
If
your mama didn't get no check when you was a child, she missed out on a lot of money, dog.
They gotta be doing some back pay. Hey, but for real, any of the games that y'all checked out today, that was
I say this, Sean Payne gonna end up on the Chargers because them boys terrible. There was a tie today, which is crazy.
Yes.
Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, and their third string might be better than any of the Saints quarterbacks. And Joe Burrow, man, that's pretty much my Sunday.
Hey, Mahomes is now lost. Has now lost a game. Not just that. They were 26-0 in December, and what was it? November, December. It's now 26-1.
Oh yeah, Andrew just said they either beat them 3 times. Oh, dang, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, all in 2020.
I didn't realize that part. because it was one of the last games. Yeah, that's wild.
Look, and this is the thing about Joe.
That's wild.
If you give Joe Burrow time,
how about Chase?
He's gonna carve you up, baby. He only was sacked once today. Like
that catch stole from Chase.
Yeah.
So, but we will be back Wednesday. Let's Flick said I'll come on. Nah, bro, you can stay whatever little.
Yeah, nah, we good on that.
I'm good.
But then come on back over here Wednesday. Come on back over here Wednesday so you can get educated a little bit, man.
Yeah, we want to educate you. We don't want to. Oh yeah.
Come get educated though on some real stuff.
For real.
All right. Well,
subscribe.
I guess we can roll out on I know we typically roll out on.
It's a good occasion.
Go ahead.
Who is swipe? If ain't swipe, who is swipe? If ain't swipe, who is swipe? If I ain't swipe, who is swipe? Baby, who is swipe? Who is?